Hi, I'm Paul Darley, and thanks for tuning into our November issue of Inside Darley. We got some good news in the fire apparatus market. The third quarter new orders for the fire apparatus were just released by FEMA last week, and actually orders for the third quarter of 2015 were up 14% over the third quarter for 2014, and year-to-date orders are up 14.5%. So that's great news for the fire apparatus market overall. And in fact, I've written an article that will appear in the December issue of Fire Apparatus magazine entitled "The Fire Apparatus market is coming back. Just look at the data," and we'll share that with you in our December issue. We just got back from Fire China that was held October 20th through the 23rd over in Beijing. It was a great show. There were roughly 50,000 attendees, 600 exhibitors from 70 countries. Darley had the largest booth at the entire show with a staff of about 30 people, so it was great to see our customers in China as well as customers from all over the world actually attended that conference, so that was good. While we were over there, our beloved Chicago Cubs got swept by the New York Mets. It was tough to watch in 4 games, and that's coming from, if you follow baseball at all, the Chicago Cubs haven't won a World Series since 1908, the year that we were founded. So there was a lot of hope up here in Chicago, but unfortunately that fizzled out. But one of the things that really came to light was the Cubs leadership and how they weren't really expected to do much. And under their manager, Joe Maddon, we've attached actually our first article here. It came out of Crane Chicago Business. It was entitled "Leadership Lessons from the Dugout." And I really thought this article was great. Hopefully you'll take a look at it. But it talks about avoiding how Joe Maddon avoided being the center of attention. He always deflected praise and talked about the great job that his managers underneath him and his players were doing. He always had a very upbeat and smart approach to business, or to the game of business with baseball. He always said, look, don't let the pressure exceed the pleasure. And I think that's a great one. So he was very cool under pressure. And he also said, look, I'm going to mix the old school with the new school. So he has a general manager in Theo Epstein who's really based on data-driven decision-making. And Joe's a little bit of old school, so he mixed that in with his own thoughts and really came up with a winning chemistry. And if you've done any reading or research on authentic leadership, I'll tell you, Joe Maddon's just an authentic leader. And I've been doing a lot of actual studying of authentic leadership myself. And our second article here is actually an article from Forbes magazine by Kevin Krause. And he points out 4 just very simple traits of an authentic leader. Number one, they're very self-aware and genuine, and we've talked about that with emotional intelligence, self-awareness really being that first quadrant. Number 2, they're very mission and focused on results and mission-driven. Number 3, they're focused on long-term results and taking care of the big picture. And lastly, they lead from the heart. And certainly Joe Maddon and a lot of other leaders, as you can think in the industry and outside the industry, certainly represent that authentic leadership. You know, with Leading from the Heart, we've actually gone and we've formed a partnership with the National Volunteer Fire Council. That's an organization that supports our roughly 30,000 volunteer fire departments across America. They currently have 20,000 members, and we're actually offering, if you're a volunteer fire department, we're offering you a 10% discount on eDarley for all items purchased if you're a member of NVFC. And if you're not a member, you can certainly join in. It's another member benefit from you. And on top of that, for every order that's placed with us, the Darley Family Foundation will go and donate an additional 10% back to the National Volunteer Fire Council. So just our way of giving back to the community. So check them out at nvfc.org. So thanks for tuning in to this issue of Inside Darley. If there's anything we can be doing to support you, we hope you'll reach out to us.